Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday morning to you. Hopefully, you're doing well. Morning's off to a good little start. Time to settle on in with some breakfast. And to go along that, we'll have some good old sports and some sports betting talk as well. We'll, of course, make sure we go ahead and recap yesterday, and then we'll jump into today's action, including today's MLB slate live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel previewing today's MLB slate. What's going on in the world where you guys living at? The air quality in Chicago is not good today. They got a little warning out there when you step outside. You got people even wearing the mask, got people pulling those things back on out. Crazy times we live in these days. All right, let's go ahead and jump into that recap. We'll talk about yesterday. We went 2-3 in those tennis picks yesterday. We did pick up a win there with Wolf on the money line, so that one felt good. Woo losing, man, just really disappointing. Was in it, competitive. Just got to the tiebreakers in each one and just really just fell apart. It was really heartbreaking to see right there. And then our three-legged parlay just came up a little bit short as well. Into the baseball nightcap, how about a last batter K? Last batter K with Luis Castillo. Hell, that was even going good going into the fifth inning until he struck out the side in the fifth inning, added another one in the sixth, and then struck out the last batter. You know what? You could probably blame that loss single-handedly on Lane Thomas because of the 7 strikeouts Castillo had, 3 of them went to Thomas, which is pretty remarkable. He's obviously their leadoff hitter. He's the table setter. Does a lot of good for the Nationals. And to strike out 3 times last night, including the last batter of the game, for Castillo speaking, heartbreaking stuff. Heartbreaking stuff to lose another bet, a good bet too. Remember, we got that at plus 110. That closed at minus 130. Minus 130, the CLV guys didn't give a shit. We were not rewarded with that cash, unfortunately. Heaney under 6.5 Ks. That one came through. Tigers did what they generally speaking do, which is crush left-handed pitching. They do that. They chase him early, and they actually win the game 7-2. So good job there by the Tigers, giving us a good minus 108 cash. Cole Irvin under 4.5 Ks. Was probably going to get there without the rain, but we've had enough shit go against us. Well, we'll take some little bit of a positive luck to go for us, and the rain certainly helped. Knocked him obviously out. He was no chance in hell coming back after that rain delay. But then the over F5 over 3.5, that came through nice and easy as well. Obviously the Orioles get it done, majority of the speaking. Reds did chip in with the run, but it was all the Orioles and getting it done, and they get it done easily overall, winning the game 10-3. So love to see that parlay come through us. Verlander on 5+ Ks in the Mets money land. Verlander actually struck out his last batter of the night. So you're feeling pretty good right there. You're sitting there, you're watching the game, and you noted that his last batter, and for him to come up big in that moment and strike him out really gave you the thought that Mets were going to hold on to that 1-0 lead, but yeah, they couldn't hold on to the 1-0 lead. They lose 2-1, so heartbreaking stuff right there with the Mets. Nationals team total over 2.5. They were my dog of the day. They did not come through in terms of cashing the money line as a dog, but they come through, and I thought that was the safer play because it is still the Nationals, and that bullpen is weak. That bullpen is weak, and you hate relying on that bullpen to give you a good plus money cash, but you knew the offense was going to be there. So pivot off of the money line, go to the team total, and that cash is nice and easy. How about the third inning? They got to run in each of the first 3 innings to pick up a good cash right there. And then we end the night, Rangers at 5 team total. A little bit pissed off with that one because they didn't get to face Matthew Boyd, and that was majority of what that bet was. I mean, Rangers versus left-handed pitching. Obviously, had already seen Boyd and gotten 5 runs off of him. You knew they were going to come out. They were going to be better this time around against Boyd, and they were. In fact, a leadoff home run there by Marcus Semien had you off to the races. You thought it was like, great. It's exactly what I talk about. They crush left-handers, and they know everything about Boyd this time around. They're going to cruise to it, but unfortunately, Boyd looked like Tommy John. I don't want to speculate, but that looked like a pretty nasty injury, so he can't even make it through the first inning. And then the game completely changes. Tigers work their bullpen. Remember how we talked about that game would probably go over in terms of the F5, but then under the full game? It's exactly what happened. I don't know if you guys live bet the under, but we talked about that on the payoff pitch. We talked about that on TikTok Live to live bet the under because the Rangers and Tigers both have a really strong bullpen. And then once we got in that bullpen game, unfortunately, once Matthew Boyd bowed out. So heartbreaking stuff right there. Heartbreakers losing that Rangers F5 team total because that's obviously not the bet that we previewed and broke down. And then really heartbreaker right there, losing that Castillo on that last bet. So obviously down about 1.5 units, but boy, it could have been up a couple of units if just the Rangers and Castillo kind of goes our way. But That's gambling, boys. It didn't quite happen. So we look to obviously rebound today and see if we can't turn a profit. I'm going to give out a bet today on the payoff pitch that I've never given out all season long. In fact, make that 2 bets. I figured as long as you're doing it once, if some is good, more is better. So I'm going to give out 2 bets. And I say that jokingly. Let me retract that. I say that jokingly. Obviously not reaching to give out bets, but I'm going to give out 2 bets. Never given out either one of these style of bets before this season on the payoff pitch. So what are they? Well, find out at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let's hop in that comment section, see what you guys are up to. Good night, Munchie. Hey, man. Been a while. How you doing? Good night, Munchie. It's been a while. How are you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing well. Always love to see your comments. You've got the Rangers today. Be the same caution I gave yesterday. I like the Rangers on the payoff pitch. I'm not going to deny that, but I did give the warning of Tigers hit left-handers. Like, it's probably a game that you want to avoid actually betting the Rangers, and we did avoid betting the Rangers because the Tigers are going up against the left-hander. Same warning today. Good night, Munchie. Obviously, the Rangers are throwing a left-hander and Martin Perez. The Tigers have already had success this season off Martin Perez. Huge caution goes to backing the Rangers again today with the Tigers facing a left-hander. You like the Dodgers against the Rockies? Yeah, I like the Dodgers as well. You like the Yankees? I don't know. Find out what my dog of the day is. Who's my best long shot on today's board? Is it the Athletics? Maybe. I can't quite get there on the Yankees. Giants up against Kevin Gausman. Both bullpens have regressed. Pretty good chunk, actually, in the last 10 days. Yeah, I don't know if I can quite get on the Giants, but I'm not off the Giants. I'll just say that. They're a good dog. They've got a good offense. They've got a good bullpen. I don't know if I can bet the Giants, but I'm not coming off the Giants as well. And then you like the Reds over the Orioles. And then you always put the cigarette thing on all your comments. You've been doing that, dude, you've been doing that shit for years. Stay you, man. I like that. Reds over the Orioles. Andrew Abbott up against Tyler Wells. Yeah, I mean, like the Reds yesterday, the Reds stats still look good, right? I mean, they're basically, 12-game win streak, and I think they've lost a couple to the Braves. They obviously lost last night, but last night's game was ruined, right? They didn't get to face Irvin for 5-ish innings. They only got to face him for 3 innings. So that last night's game was a little bit of wonky there with that rain delay kind of ruining everything. Thankfully for us, it still came through, and maybe it even helped us. I'd like to think Irvin still wouldn't have gotten to 5+ Ks, but yeah, this shit's hard enough. I'll take all the help I can get, so never turn down some rain. Good morning there, Ross. Hope you're doing well, man. Good morning. Morning, Ross. The Gent, fellow Coloradoan. If you guys didn't know, Ross and the Gent, both of you guys live in Colorado, so both of you guys living it down there. And then morning, Brian. Morning, Brian. We're 3 days away from NASCAR coming to Chicago, getting on out that street race. All right, let's pull up. Good night, Munchie likes the Rangers, Dodgers, Giants. I can give you guys off the top of my head who do I like. We're not going to sit here and we won't do a full rapid fire session, but I can let you know who I've got. Let's see. I like the Padres. Reds, Orioles. That's a tough one. Man, Andrew Abbott looked really good that last start against the Rockies when he went over 6.5 Ks. We took the under. I watched a fair chunk of that game. Damn, he looked good. He looked really good. That's another tough one. Probably just take the over. Try to take the over. Like I said yesterday on Rapid Fire between the Reds and Orioles. Probably just take the over. Probably just be on the over again today and maybe not mess with the winner. Giants, Blue Jays. That's a tough one, man. I hear you. I see why you like the Giants. Yeah, I don't know. That one's a really stinking tough one. Brewers, Mets. I mean, Brewers just don't hit. That was really disappointing. They were able to scrape out that 2-1 win. Mets couldn't do a goddamn thing yesterday off Colin Rea. That was a little upsetting. But I was on the under yesterday. The under hit easily. Under 8.5 hit easily. Probably just go back to the under again today. And probably would like the Mets. I mean, didn't work out yesterday, but Mets from a stat standpoint are still there, but probably just like the under. Marlins, Red Sox. I think the Marlins are a good dog today. Don't tell me about Andy Alcantara because I can show you his game log where he seems to have just a bad inning. He seems to have a bad inning, not bad outings, is Alcantara. You've got a Red Sox team that's regressed a little bit enough versus right-handed pitching that would maybe give you encouragement that because Alcantara has not been pitching bad, he's just been having bad innings. Remember, give up all 5 runs against the Blue Jays in 1 inning. Give up all 5 runs against the Athletics in 1 inning. It's having bad innings. It's not having bad starts. So, kind of like the Marlins today as a small dog. Twins and Braves. I like the Braves again. Astros, Cardinals. I'm showing no starter for the Cardinals. Some sites show Jordan Montgomery. Either way, I'll take the Astros at -120. Small favorite. Tigers, Rangers. Probably bet the Tigers or nothing. Tigers or nothing. I'm showing no starter for the Cubs, so that game's a little tough to do. Guardians, Royals. I like the Guardians. Dodgers, Rockies. I like the Dodgers. White Sox, Angels. I like the Angels. Yankees, Athletics. All right. That's my long shot. I like the Athletics. Best dog of the day is the Athletics. Nationals, Mariners. Trying to decide if I'm actually going to really bet the Athletics. +120. +120. Am I actually going to bet the Athletics? Nationals, Mariners. I like the Nationals again. Didn't work out yesterday, but like them again. Rays, Diamondbacks. Like the Rays as a dog. And that's it. And then obviously talk about all that stuff a lot more in depth. What's up, man? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. You're no longer a Luis Castillo fan yesterday. I know, man. We've had a lot of last batter Ks just put the dagger. And that one really hurts because, like I said, we gave it out at +110 the night before, closed at -130. That one hurt. That one hurt. I didn't stay up for it. I looked in the game log, saw he had 7 Ks, and then punished myself to see how he got those 7 Ks. Saw he strike out the side in the 5th, and then, again, the last batter K. Damn it. Yeah, I'm no longer a Luis Castillo fan. Oh, there you go. You guys are chatting back and forth. What up, boys? What up, John? What up, man? Oh, forget the Mets, Jays. Save your money. Yeah, I didn't say Jays, so I agree. I'm either betting the Giants or nothing in that game in terms of a side. And then the Mets, I'm still taking the under. I'm taking under 9. But man, neither team does much to really inspire me. But boy, the Mets should be getting it done. Milwaukee hits left-handers better than right-handers, but that's not saying all that much. Remember, they were hitting below the Mendoza line in right-handers, so yeah, you're gonna hit left-handers better. That doesn't say much. So interesting stuff. So, all right, that's how we'll do it, boys. Let's see what the Hockey Squirrels got cooked up. See if we can't bounce back again. I've got 2 picks on today's episode of the Payoff Picks I've never given out all season long. What are they? Find out in about 7 or so minutes. Hang tight, fellas. Let's have ourselves a date. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Tuesday episode here of the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. He's the Hockey Squirrel, and I'm Jason. We preview today's MLB slate each and every single day. Powered by Bet Openly. Get on over there and check them out. Win more and lose less with Bet Openly. What's going on there, Squirrel?
Hey, busy, very busy. Digging into a lot of things yesterday. We got off the show and it turned into I bought a car and went golfing for 9 holes. So I really wasn't around yesterday much. But yeah, I dug into enough that I dug into what I needed today, what I wanted today. I don't think I got to covering all the games, to be honest with you. I ended up getting kind of sidetracked by doing all these props and the thing about props that's really different from main markets is that they're all completely 100% dependent on your projections. It's not so much like, if you're looking at an MLB game and you see 8 across the board and you can get under 8.5 somewhere, or the line has come down from 8.5 to 8 and you can still get 8.5, you know that this is valuable because the market is efficient. In props, your edge is only as good as your projection, which sucks because your projections could be way off and you could think that you have a massive edge on over 5.5 strikeouts when in fact the edge actually should have been under 5.5. And so you really never know this kind of stuff unless you track large sample sizes of it, and it's real frustrating. So yeah, I mean, I have things to share, I guess, and yeah, there we are.
Okay.
So
What you shooting golf yesterday?
oh dude, I lost track. I don't know. I'm not
Lost
I'm not
track.
good enough.
You lost so
track.
many
I suck
balls,
ass.
you just start to lose track. I love it. We've all been there.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
No, I'm brand new to golfing, man. I'm getting into it. Just getting into it. So
Gotcha. Well, I saw we both suffered some heartbreak there on strikeouts. Strider, of course, has to go over 9.5 barely.
On
Luis
the hook,
Castillo
of course,
has
right.
to strike out his last batter of the game to lose that one. Tough stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tough stuff. And we're back at it again today on another day on the horse and ready to get after it. So let's do that around the bases. Let's take a couple of games and break them down. Which one do you want to kick it off with?
My idea here was to go with 1 over and 1 under. Start out on the totals. The over game, I don't know if it'll surprise you. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. From the numbers anyway, in recent form, it looks like the Braves have been on fire. Joe Ryan is going to be on the mound today, and I remember his last start, and it's because he pitched all 9 innings and he got a shutout. Although it sticks in my memory that the opponent wasn't very good, and I can't remember who exactly it was. I don't know, was it the Red Sox? Or
Yeah, actually, I think it would have been that Red Sox.
it just didn't seem good. It just seemed like whoever he was pitching against, he just dominated them all day long. I don't know. Do we expect a repeat 9-inning performance? I don't think we possibly can. I mean, that's just it happens, but that's not something to expect every game. So much stronger offense, at least in terms of recent doings. And the Twins have woken up a little bit, as I talked about a few days ago. I think you get Gallo back in the lineup. Correa's there. Buxton's been starting to hit. I don't think he's playing center field, so I think they just have him at the DH spot right now. But he went back-to-back home runs. I don't know. So I expect some offense, though, and I went over 9 at even money.
Over 9 and even money in Twins Braves. We certainly catch the first comment right there in our comment section from DJ. He was wondering if we were going over or under 9 in Twins Braves. So you like over 9 in Twins Braves.
Oh, there you go. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'm going to turn our attention to the Guardians. They're taking on the Royals. You get Gavin Williams taking on Brady Singer today. I like the Guardians to certainly win the game. This is a spot that they should win. Gavin's unknown, right? Very limited MLB experience, has been a little bit cautious right there. So I think I'm just going to back the Guardians from a team total perspective. Love everything about this Guardians offense. We know them really well, right? They don't strike out at 18.4%. They have the third best batting average at 313. Their weighted runs created is at 113. They're finally bringing power to the plate at 451 slugging percentage. And you're starting to see that with Jose Ramirez and some of the other guys. They're starting to hit these bombs that you thought they were going to hit coming into the season. Well, they're finally doing that first right-handed pitching. And you know when Singer exits the game, you're going to get the Royals bullpen that should certainly also be able to give up multiple runs. They remain in the bottom 10 across the major categories of the bullpen stats. So Guardians had success up against Singer, obviously being a divisional opponent. Haven't faced them yet this year, but faced them 4 times last year. And 3 of those 4 times, they were able to go over the team total of 4.5 runs. So I'll take the hot offense up against a really poor pitcher and a poor bullpen. That gives me a team total of over 4.5 runs. What's another game for you?
I gave out the over there. Now I'll take a game to go under. And you might look at the San Francisco Giants and the amount of runs that they've brought in the last 14 to 30 days, and they're pretty near the top of the board. If I go back and look in their game logs, a lot of those come by way of just like these single game blowouts where they've put up 11 runs or 15 runs. They've done it fairly consistently too. Once against the Rockies, I think against a couple different teams as well, because I wanted to see, is this like a strength of opponent type thing where, they were just rocking like shitty teams, so to speak. And it wasn't bad teams, but it was more of the unknown pitchers. One of them being the Dodgers. I think Bobby Miller was the name, fairly new to the league, things like that. So I think they're in for a bit of a test today against Kevin Gausman. He's got the high strikeout line. We're expecting around 7.5 strikeouts there from Kevin Gausman. So you put a good team up against a good pitcher. I'm hoping that he quiets the offense down a little bit. And the Blue Jays, surprisingly, have just been okay. Nothing like, they're not screaming to the top of the board. They're not really necessarily at the very bottom. But I think you get enough here to contribute enough to an under 8.5 currently. It was 9, like very, very early this morning, like 6 a.m., something like that. Dropped to the 8.5, and it is going for 8 now. So to have a full run of market drop on that total, I can understand it. I'm going to go with it. So I took under 8.5 minus 110 there in Guardians and Blue Jays.
Guardians and Blue Jays, Giants and Blue Jays. Giants and Blue Jays.
Sorry. Yep.
Giants. No, fine. It's just I gotta check my own self and be like, shit, who are the Guardians going up against?
No, okay, I misspoke. You're right.
All right, let's turn our attention to the Yankees and Athletics today. And you've talked about from time to time on this show total hits prop. I've never dabbled in that market. I think I'm going to take my first stab at dabbing at the total hits to be recorded in a game. And I like the under.
I think they're wrong. I think they're always wrong. They're always like 15.5 or 16.
Okay, I'm taking under 16.5 at minus 105 over at DraftKings. I don't think there's another book that offers this. If there is, let me know, and I'll incorporate that in my price shopping. But I'm only aware of DraftKings offering this. I'm going to take that under 16.5. In the last 6 games for the Athletics, this cashed in 4 of the 6 games. In the last 6 games for the Yankees, this is cashed in 5 of the 6 games. If you look at that, it's because these teams can hit. Their batting average versus right-handed pitching is 201 and 190. The batting averages versus left-handed pitching is 167 and 190. We get Blackburn on the mound versus Brito. Brito, outside of that one start where he just got crushed by the Twins in that first inning, giving up 7 runs. They got 9 runs total in that first inning, which is why you could even look at the NRFI in this game, because if you go look up at Brito's numbers, you'll see that he's given up 10 runs in the first inning. But again, 7 of those were against the Minnesota Twins in that really bad outing. So he's actually got some decent numbers once you pull out that one outlier. And Blackburn's been really tough. He's got some good outings on his scorecard so far this season. So 2 struggling offenses. We know the Yankees bullpen remains in the top 10. I think the Athletics bullpen will scare you, but nothing is scaring me with these teams. And if you looked at when they played in Yankee Stadium, you'll say that, well, they went over in all three games. Well, they had Aaron Judge. This is not the same Yankees team. They just don't hit. They haven't
Right.
hit since he's exited the lineup. Again,
No.
basically below the Mendoza line, both versus right-handed and left-handed hitting. Two struggling teams. I'm going to take an under 16.5 hits recorded in this game at minus 105. First time I've used that prop this season. Let's see how it works out. Let's shut up and pitch now and give these guys some pitching props. What about for you?
Let's see. So I was telling you, I've been screwing around with a lot of different projection types. Some of them I have made myself. Some of them are freely available, and some of them I actually pay for. So information in sports betting is everything. You have to have a lot of information, right? I try to do my best to combine my my custom made projections, the ones that I make, with the freely available stuff, with the paid information or the paid projections, right? So I'm coupling all three of these things and trying to make sense of okay, if all three of these projections match up or are really relatively close, then maybe it's worth looking into. That's kind of been my thought, my approach to it. Some of the stuff you get is some scary shit, like Shohei Ohtani going under 7.5 at plus money. I have it in my custom projections around 7. I think the freely available ones are around 7 or 7.5, and the paid ones are around 7 or 7.5. So it all kind of adds up. The thing that makes me fairly uncomfortable is the higher strikeout rate for the White Sox. But it's just so much to consider. You dive through all the different game logs, and it's Ohtani's kind of erratic. I mean, sometimes he's gotten 10 to 12 strikeouts. Sometimes he gets 3 to 5, and he's out of the game after 5-6 innings or whatever. It's what it is, but that's kind of pitcher prop number one for me. There's Ohtani under 7.5 at plus money.
7.5. All right, just be cool today. No, we don't need a last batter K. We don't need Strider getting that 10th straight. We still need that crap here on today's show. Yeah. So, all right, Ohtani under 7.5 Ks. I'm going to do another bet that I've never given out so far this year. Although this one we did do a free roll with it last week, and it was successful. We took Blake Snell to record the first strikeout up against Alex Wood. I'm going to do the same thing today, but I'm going to say Clayton Kershaw because he's going to get the first strikeout in the matchup as opposed to Connor Seabold at plus 160. Again, I think this bet is only available over at DraftKings. Clayton Kershaw to have the first strikeout of the game at plus 160 over Connor Seabold. Dodgers strike out less, 24.8% versus the Rockies at 30.4%. Just look at the strikeout numbers. Seabold's over-unders at 4.5. Kershaw's at 7.5. So obviously right there we're expecting Kershaw to be stronger. Hell, Seabold in his last start only got one strikeout. Not a big strikeout guy. You get the Rockies. They strike out a ton, over 30%. I'm going to take a chance that Mookie Betts, Freeman, whoever the hell bats third for the Dodgers, can just do the job. Get it done. You don't strike out that much, 24.8%. Get clean the first inning. I bet Clayton Kershaw comes through for us in the bottom of the half. He gets one strikeout and gives us a good plus 160 cash. So I'll roll with that for one. What's another one for you?
So if Seabold gets one strikeout in the top of the first, you lose. Mm-hmm. What the hell are the odds on that?
He's minus. They always give the pitcher who pitches first. Like last week when we did it with Blake Snell over Alex Wood, it was minus 200. And then Snell.
Yeah, so what are you getting?
Plus one something. I get plus 160. Let's see.
Okay.
Seabold is. I can tell you what Seabold is. Seabold is minus 215.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not a first.
It just seems like that has to cash a lot for whoever's pitching first. I mean, I don't know how many pitchers do you see go the first inning with 0 strikeouts? Typically, I don't know the numbers on that, but it just seems like that would be.
Last week it was successful. Alex Wood got 0, and Blake Snell came out and struck out one in the bottom of the first. So I'm not scared. I've bet it once and got a cash.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it happens. It just seems like it would happen a lot. Whatever. Anyway, okay. Next thing, let's see. The unknown guy, Gavin Williams. This is his second game, I think. Mm-hmm. First game, The guy pitched against the Athletics and didn't even clear the prop he's got today of 4.5. Now he's going against the Kansas City Royals. I'm not saying that they're good, but which they're not. I mean, Royals are really bad. Under 4.5 at plus money is much like Ohtani at under 7.5 plus money because the projections are significantly lower, around 4. So you're getting a projection of like half a strikeout less, and you're getting plus money on it with kind of the scary factor of being the unknown of the guy. But it's like if you can't get over 4 with the Athletics, I don't know. I mean, just seems to me. I don't know. I mean, there's so many places like that you could go today. I mean, so many areas that you could try to shoot an angle in on it, and it might work, it might not. I don't know. I'm in the midst of tracking some new stuff, particularly only on pitcher props, because I know I'm fairly comfortable now on my money lines and total tracking of like how I can win doing that. But I really want to get props figured out. So that's kind of the thing that's bothering me. So it's kind of focusing a lot on that right now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn my attention to 2 pitchers I don't think that can pitch deep into this game. And saying that, the sportsbooks hung their number at 18.5. So to take an under would certainly suggest that they can still have a very nice outing, a quality MLB outing as that fact. The first one is going to be Kevin Gausman. I don't think he's going to get into that 7th inning. The Giants are just too strong right now. The things I like about what the Giants are doing is they're bringing a high walk rate at 10.4%. They're not striking out at 17.4%. They're obviously bringing along a good batting average at 281, and they slug 420. So I just like what the Giants are doing at the plate. Should work up Kevin Gausman's pitch count. I think they're going to make him work really hard in those 6 innings, so I don't see him going out there for the 7th. And then I would also parlay him with Zach Gallen. They're the Arizona Diamondbacks. Again, under 18.5. You got to put both of these together. One's about minus 180. The other one's about minus 160. But the Rays, too, are going to do the same thing as the Giants. They're going to walk you. They're not going to strike out. They hit the ball great. Hell, their weighted runs created is 141. They're hitting 321 versus right-handers. They're slugging 451. Love everything about these 2 offenses in terms of not striking out, drawing walks, and hitting the ball really well off right-handers. So give me Gallen and give me Gausman under 18.5 outs parlay. All right, 4th inning, long shots. See if we can't deliver some good plus money cashes today. What do you got there, Squirrel?
Well, I got a couple. Going to say that, let's see here. So what did you have? You had the under, I think, in the Athletics and Yankees. Is that what you had?
Total hits. Under total hits.
Total hits, yeah. You can have as little amount of hits as you want as long as the Athletics win the game. Could be 1-0. I don't care. Could be like 1 solo home run that counts as a hit, and then no hits the rest of the game. Just have the Athletics win. It looks weird to me. Does it look weird to you that the line is as low as it is? I believe you're going to get, it just looks like that trappy kind of deal where, you offer the brand name of the New York Yankees at a lower price of minus 130 against the Oakland Athletics. And I think a lot of people get suckered in on that and likely lose. I mean, it's pretty classic, setup, and the line's falling backwards for the Athletics. Comes out 125. I mean, not that it's moved a ton, but it's just a weird looking deal to me. And I'm on the Athletics as an underdog.
Athletics today, plus 120 is your dog of the day. Dog of the day. Is that the only one? Or do you want to give out a couple, or is that it?
No. I'll back Alcantara as well. I'll take the Marlins at the plus 110 roughly, wherever they're at now. But that's what I've got is the Marlins and the Athletics.
Marlins and the Athletics. I like it. You're stealing my notes. Athletics are my dog of the day. They are the dog of the day. Don't be scared of no plus 120 Athletics. I'd say you're getting a hitting advantage, but if I scroll back up, the Athletics were hitting 201, the Yankees were hitting 190. So to say you're getting a hitting advantage is a little bit of a stretch there because neither team can hit anything. But I like Blackburn over Brito. I think he's going to be a little bit stronger in this game. Neither team can hit worse shit. I'm already expecting a nice low-scoring, close affair, so I'll take those Athletics at plus 110. You've seen the Athletics bullpen improve. The Yankees have the better bullpen numbers. Let's be honest there. But man, I've watched a little bit of these Athletics lately, like that Fujiyama guy's coming out throwing triple digits. Like they've got good arms coming out of that bullpen. They just had a rough opening, like 2 months of their season that have skewed their numbers. But if you look at it in a smaller chunk, they look pretty decent. They're there. They can compete, and they can cash a plus 120. So I like them. Honorable mention, and I do think there's some honorable mention for some dogs today. I think you do have to talk the Marlins. Alcantara's on the mound there for the Marlins. He has rough innings, not rough games. Look at 3 of his last 4 starts. He's gone 7 innings in 3 of his last 4 starts. You get a declining Red Sox team in terms of hitting right-handed pitching. Marlins team far exceeded what the Red Sox are doing right now versus right-handers. So I like the Marlins at plus 110. I also like the Rays. You're getting a significant bullpen advantage. If Bradley can just go 5 innings here and give you 5 strong, and now I would love to have that Rays bullpen for the remaining 4 innings up against Gallen and the Diamondbacks. So Rays are a fantastic dog. So are the Tigers. Mentioned them yesterday. I said pay attention to what they do up against a left-hander because they'll see another left-hander on Tuesday. I jumped all over Haney. They got the win. They can do more of the same today, face another left-hander, so watch out for the Tigers. And then the Mariners. Didn't get it done yesterday, but everything checks out in terms of still being a good dog. So I think the Nationals are another one as well. But if I'm only going to bet one, I'm just going to bet the Yankees today as my dog of the day. Mm-hmm. All right, 5th inning, keep swinging. Let's give these guys some hitting props. What do you got?
Might be a stupid question. I don't keep up. It only will sound stupid because I don't keep up with player injuries and whatnot, and I never know who's in or out or whatever. Pete Alonso, is he playing? Do we know?
I gave out Chris Bryant like a month ago, and I got roasted because he's on the injury list. So I'm a bad person to ask. Guy hit me up on Twitter being like, dude, Chris Bryant's on the injury list. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. Let's say I'm going to say Pete Alonso, though. Let me figure out. Okay. Pete Alonso against Julio Teheran of the Brewers here. Supposing that Pete Alonso is in the game. We're going to take Pete Alonso to do, I don't know, something. Do well at something. I don't know if that's total bases, home run. He's got 2 home runs off Julio, 7 at-bats, 5 hits. So single, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs, 3 walks. Great average. I mean, not much more you can want out of a hitter. You already know, kind of the reputation of Pete Alonso. You probably can expect him to, hit a bomb, go deep. I don't know. Other than that, get over 1.5 bases, whatever it costs. I didn't really look into it, but in terms of statistics, I'd zero in on Pete Alonso.
Yeah, I'm liking the over 1.5 total bases. He'll remember him very well from their days back when he was a pitcher of the Atlanta Braves. So, yeah, I like Alonso to get it done. Jose Ramirez, I had 3 guys down. Jose Ramirez was one of them. He's 7 for 16 up against Brady Singer with a double and 2 home runs. His teammate there, Stephen Kwan, he's 5 for 10 off Brady Singer with only 1 strikeout. So kind of like how I like the Guardians. Those are 2 guys that stand out. There are also 2 other guys that Naylor was another one. Got to go back in there, but there's a 4th guy that also got a really great batting average off Singer. So really like those Guardians. And then Manny Machado going up against Dick Mountain. He's 4 for 9 up against him with 2 home runs. So I like everything about Manny Machado today. Yes, Manny Machado, the same Manny Machado that burned us against Patrick Corbin when they scored 13 runs and he didn't chip in with the damn thing. We're going back to Manny Machado today. He's going to get it done against Dick Mountain. 6th inning, it's a steal. What do you got for it's a steal? I need it. Hit me with it.
For a lack of maybe a steal, I will just shift gears for this inning and go ahead and give you WNBA. I'll give you WNBA instead of like a steal, let's say. Phoenix Mercury plus 3.5, I'll take. And if there are any 2.5s or 3s left out there, Minnesota Lynx tonight on the spread, minus 2.5, minus 3. There is a 3. Let me see. DraftKings has minus 3 on the Minnesota Lynx. So Phoenix Mercury plus 3.5, Minnesota Lynx minus 3. There you go.
Plus 3.5 for the Mercury. Okay. All right, cool. Those are 2 steals. All right. Okay, good stuff. All right. I was just looking up those prices as well. Yeah, you can get the plus 3.5 on that Mercury. Okay, for my steal, of course, I like to give out the NRFI of the day. Anybody got a guess? Everybody already knows what the hell the NRFI of the day is.
No, I really don't.
Marlins, Red Sox. Are you kidding me? Marlins, Red Sox. He's getting it at plus money. Imagine getting the team that NRFIs the most in the major league at 84%, and you getting that NRFI at plus 105. Yeah, sign me up at plus 105. Alcantara's on the mound for the Marlins. We talked about him. He's only given up 3 runs in 15 starts. Again, go look up his game log. And you want to say he gets sprayed by the Athletics for 5 runs. And then the Blue Jays knocked him around for 5 runs. All this damage is in like 1 inning. 1 inning. Remember, we took Alcantara and that start. We took the Athletics F3 under 0.5. 3rd inning, they get 5. Did the same thing against the Blue Jays. 2nd inning, they get 5. That's his theme with him this season is rough innings, not bad starts. I like him in the 1st inning. He's only given up 3 runs in the 15 starts, 14 Ks, 200 batting average, and a 0.80 whip. He's going to get the job done. And then Whitlock there for the Red Sox. He's given up 2 runs in his 8 starts in the 1st inning. Scary batting average at 303. I'm not going to lie. He allows a 303 opponent's batting average. That is a little bit scary. A 1.25 whip is also a touch scary in 7 Ks. But then you get, who's he going up against? Oh, yeah, the Marlins, who NRFI the league worse at 84%. Red Sox aren't that much better. They're 20th at 72% plus money. Yeah, this one's not only the NRFI of the day. This one makes the card at plus 105. 7th inning coming to a stretch. We got to give him the best bet of the day. What is it?
Mostly due to market response, due to respected individuals in the space giving plays, things like this. We'll say the most likely to win. Baltimore Orioles minus 140 on the money line.
Baltimore Orioles minus 140 against the Reds on the money line. Okay, that's your best bet today. Bucking in those Orioles with Tyler Wells on the mound. Be interested to see how that game unfolds after yesterday's pseudo bullpen day, although Irvin wasn't going to go too long, to be honest. He was probably only going to go about 5 innings, probably max anyways, but interesting. Okay, Orioles up against the Red Sox today. For my best bet today, Squirrel, I'm surprised this wasn't your best bet. Because normally in 7th inning, you always say, hey, man, I need a win. Like, I'm just going to put the juice aside. So you got to let me know. Do you not have the Padres graded out pretty well today against the Pirates? Because I love everything about the Padres today. I love everything about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so the Pirates are, like, dead-ass last. I mean, you look at the boards like they're just not getting any runs at all. But I think that more led me to potentially being interested in an under than the actual money lines itself. But I think I played the under in the Pirates game.
Gotcha. I've never seen guys, we sit here every day and analyze this shit. I've never seen a batting average this low all season long. Have I ever said 143? 143 is what they're hitting versus right-handers? 143? Like, are you kidding me? They slug 196. Shit. Give me a bat. I can go out and slug higher than 196. You got to be kidding me. Their weighted runs created is 17. This is god-awful numbers. And we know you, Darvish, boy, when he's got that splitter, he's on. And he's going to rack up the Ks, and he's going to make easy work, and you're just going to hit over top of it and just get one ground ball after another after ground ball. We know what the Padres have been doing lately versus left-handers. Look what they did against Alex Wood. They rocked Alex Wood. Look at what they did against Patrick Corbin recently. Yeah, all those are recently against left-handers, and it suggests that they're humming right along. Their weighted runs created is 135 recently versus left-handers, and they're going up against Dick Mountain. And Dick Mountain has the same profile. The reason why I call out Patrick Corbin and Alex Wood there is because they're not power pitchers, crafty guys. They want to hit the edge of the plate, throw a bunch of soft breaking balls in. This is Alex Wood. This is Corbin. This is Rich Hill. So if they had success against those caliber left-handers, they should be hitting Rich Hill, and they should be hitting Rich Hill awfully hard tonight. And then when we get into the bullpen perspective, Pirates bullpen's bottom 5. Obviously, they're not hitting the ball, so they're not using their high leverage guys. They're rolling out slappies. A 6.94 ERA, a 6.05 FIP, 300 BABIP. Padres do it all better. It's not hard to do it all better. Padres are about league average. Where the Pirates are bottom 5, Padres are about league average. Hopefully, like hell, I can see Chris Hader come out of this game. I don't think it's Chris Hader. I think it would have been Joe Hader. What the hell is that guy's name? Josh Hader. You know what? Sometimes double dipping has treated us okay this season. So I'm going to go for the triple dip. I'm taking that Padres run line. I'm taking that Pirates team total under 3.5 runs. And I'm taking the Padres F5 team total over 2.5 runs. I'm going all in on the best bet today. The Padres should annihilate the Pirates here. Massive advantages across the board. Not just advantages, massive. All of them. The starter, the offense, the bullpen, it's all massive advantages. Sign me up. Going for the triple play in that game. Knock it out of the park. 8th inning, double play. Let's give you our favorite parlay of the day. What do you guys got? Or what do you guys throw?
I'm going to take my best bet as the Orioles, and then I'm going to look into my webcam. I'm going to walk on up. I'm going to steal your shit, and I'm taking the San Diego Padres.
Padres, okay.
Plus 165. Plus 165. I'll steal your play. And, yeah, there you go.
By the way, not mentioned because I try not to go too back in historical trends. The last 3 times Yu Darvish went up against the Pirates, the team total of under 3.5 hit in all 3 of those starts. It was twice last year and once in 2021. I guess that would have been. I'm telling you right now, his over 18.5 outs at plus 130 looks really good. I think he goes deep in this game. I think he goes 7 and cashes at plus 130. Hell, I may add a 4th bet into that game. But for my favorite parlay of the day, I'm taking 3 pitchers that cannot win the game today. Of course, one of them's Rich Hill. He ain't going to win the goddamn game today. One of them's Brady Singer. He ain't going to win the game against the Guardians team. And Michael Kopech, already been rocked once this season against the Angels, going up against Ohtani and a great Angels hitting team versus right-handers. Again, they saw Kopech not too long ago, rocked him. Kopech, Brady Singer, Rich Hill, all will not be the winning pitcher. Minus 103 over at Caesars. Let's get it. Let's show these best bets, or let's show them all. Then let's talk some rapid fire. What do you got, Squirrel? What are you giving out? Bets. What are you giving out?
Literally everything I talk about is pretty much what I'm on. So seriously, best underdog, the Marlins and the Athletics. We both agree on those, so that's fantastic there. Padres Pirates under 9 sounds like a good look. If you're looking for an under. Otherwise, yeah, that Giants and Blue Jays as well with Kevin Gautzman, hoping that he can quiet the Giants down there. I really like the Baltimore Orioles if you're looking for a favorite. Otherwise, Padres are fantastic, according to Jason. So if they lose, then, blame him. But otherwise, I'll say they're good. Say it's a good play until, if it loses, and then I had nothing to do with that. So there you are right there.
All right, let's go ahead and pull this on up. You can see right there, the first 3 bets are all on that Padres versus Pirates game. Then I'll jump on that Guardians team total. Then I'll do that under 16.5 hits in the Yankees and the Athletics. I do think the Athletics will somehow pull out that game at plus 120. Marlins and Red Sox, NRFI plus 105. The 3 guys that can't get a win today at minus 103. And then Clayton Kershaw's getting that first K before Connor Seaball does. I know we talked about the first inning, Squirrel, but that bet can go until the 4th inning. It's just whoever can get the first K. It doesn't have to get it in the first inning. So there we have it right there. Padres and Pirates over-under of 9. Padres minus 190. Pirates plus 160. I'm not worried about an over-under, obviously, in this game. I'm all on the Padres' advantages. Take the run line. You can get it at minus 114. It's minus 115 here at DraftKings. Whatever. Sign me up. What are you doing, Squirrel, with this one?
Yeah. With what? The Padres game?
Yeah. Padres, Pirates. What are you doing?
Yeah, you gave it out, and I like it, and so if it wins, I knew it, but if it loses, then I had nothing to do with that, and it's on you, because you said it was a good bet. So.
Just blame me. You'll just be another DM in my Twitter account throwing some hate on it. I'm numb to that shit by now, so it's okay. Just lob some more over the fence. Man. Reds and Orioles over-under of 8.5. Reds plus 130. Orioles minus 150. I'm going to stick to what I said yesterday in terms of liking the over. I don't see why the over doesn't hit again today. Abbott was good against the Rockies, but the Orioles hit left-handers. You saw it yesterday before that rain delay hit. They were starting to get to Williamson. I like the over 8.5. I'm not going to pick a winner. What about for you?
I will pick a winner. I have no lean on the total, so this works out perfectly. I do like the Orioles. So
we're parlaying the Orioles money line and the over for a little payoff pitch special right there. Giants and Blue Jays. Actually, before I look up this thing real quick, let me look up Ryan Walker for half a second before I can give my opinion on this. Okay, that's what I thought. He's a bullpen guy. All right, so Giants, Blue Jays over-under of 8. Giants plus 145. Blue Jays minus 170. I'll be taking the under for sure, and I can only take the Giants at plus 145 if I'm betting the side. But I'll take the under.
Yeah, I think it's too much juice for the Blue Jays. I mean, if I had to take a stab, yeah, I'm taking the plus money, but it's the under is such a much better play. So yeah, I mean, it started at 9, fell to 8.5. I got it 8.5. It's at 8.
Like it.
It's good.
Like
Yeah.
it. Brewers and Mets over under of 9.5. Brewers plus 125. Mets minus 145. This one I'll go back to the same thing as yesterday too, and just take another stab at the under. The under hit incredibly easy in a
Yep.
2-1 game. I'll go back to it again today.
Yeah, I was on the under yesterday as well, and I have the same exact opinion today. So we're dead on there.
Marlins and Red Sox over under of 9.5. Marlins plus 105. Red Sox minus 125. This one, I almost took a stab at the Red Sox F5 team total because it feels like you can count on Alcantara to have that bad inning. It's going to happen. Red Sox offense,
Yes.
while it has regressed, they can really know how to work a pitcher. Maybe that's why I think you could do the under 18.5 outs as well. But tough one. I'll definitely like the Marlins at plus 105. I'll just do Marlins plus 105.
I love the Marlins too. Maybe an angle that you're dancing around is I think that Alcantara is going to have that bad inning as well, or at least get hit by somewhat. So I took the Marlins and the over 9.
Marlins and over 9. Okay. Marlins.
Mm-hmm.
You can take his, him to have over 2.5 earned runs is minus 165. He likely has a bad inning and goes over that, I take a guess. Twins and Braves over under of 9. Twins plus 130. Braves minus 150. Joe Ryan, Bryce Elder. Taking the under. Taking the under.
Oh, under because of what? Joe Ryan? Because of the pitching?
I like the pitching. It seems to be on a roll. I like the bullpens. I don't like the offenses contributing to an under, but I like both starting and bullpens contributing to an under. So I'll take an under 9.
I feel like a lot of people are thinking under, and I'm going to play a fade on that kind of idea of the pitching or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's tough, right? It's like, Joe Ryan's a good pitcher. The pitching's respectable. It's decent, but then you have to give respect to the offense as well. And which one wins? Really good offense or good pitching? It's a tough matchup. So I could see an over or an under here. I took the over. It's just what I ended up playing.
I'm showing juice on the under. Was there any consideration to hold out? It looks like this could fall to 8.5, and then you'd have a better spot. I don't know what.
Yeah, and you have to weigh out the juice, right? Because if it falls, it's going to go immediately to minus 120 or minus 125 on the over then. So I took the under at even money, and
okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. The over at even money, I think, on the Twins. Yes.
Astros and Guardians over under of 8. Astros minus 120. Guardians even money. I was late handicapping this because Jordan Montgomery was just a confirmed starter about 20 minutes ago. So it was looking like it was going to be that way. So I did research it in terms of the two left-handers. I'm taking Valdez in this matchup. I'm taking Valdez, and I'm taking under 8 too. Under 8 in the Astros.
Yeah, I didn't do anything with the game, obviously, as you said. This one or the Phillies Cubs. I think Cubs are still undecided, but somehow we have lines. Or I didn't see a pitcher for the Cubs. I don't know. But yeah, I like the Astros. If just off the top of my head, not that I did search on it, so don't go bet it just because I said I think. But yeah, just initial leaning, I would look into the Astros and see if you had any advantage there. Really. Seems good. Yeah, I like Valdez. So,
Tigers and Rangers over under of 9.5. Tigers plus 160. Rangers minus 190. To me, this is a repeat from yesterday. Did anybody hit the live under like I did? Like I said yesterday on this show, and like I said yesterday on TikTok Live, I said the F5 over will hit, and the full game adjusted live under will hit. And I said be ready to bet that live under. Two really good bullpens. Same thing's going to happen again tonight. Tigers are going to jump all over the left-hander. Rangers will rock Matt Manning. F5 over will hit. Be by your phone and live bet the under, just like I did last night, and get a good cash. Same thing's going to happen tonight, folks.
Oh, yeah.
What about
Sounds
for you,
good. I'm grabbing WNBA bet if you want it.
Sure.
It's
the people here
going
want it.
right now.
Get it. People, get it.
I got to get it first, and then I'll give it to you. Okay. Oh my God. All right. New York Liberty and the Connecticut Sun. If I can get the damn thing. There. New York Liberty, Connecticut Sun under 167.5.
All right, just put that in the chat if anybody's interested in that. We've got the Phillies and Cubs. Oh, now we do have a starter. I was going to say let's skip this game, but now I'm seeing Taillon, or that was to be determined. So we get Taillon up against Rangers Suarez, over under of 8.5. Phillies minus 125, Cubs plus 105. What's the weather like? They got air quality. My phone actually hit me with some air quality shit this morning. I didn't quite wake me up. It was one of those where you're like half awake, so that was like the jolt to like fully get you up. I didn't need that early in the morning. This is going to be, I don't know what the weather's like, but this is an over with Taillon on the mound and Suarez on the mound. Cubs hit left-handers. Phillies should destroy Taillon. Over 8.5.
Sure, I'll just blindly follow you because I didn't see a picture.
Guardians and Royals over under of 9. Guardians minus 140. Royals plus 120. Taking the Guardians minus 140.
I think the only thing I looked at in that game was this Williams, the Guardians pitcher, under 4.5. I think it was for strikeouts. Fairly unknown though still. So, but yeah, I didn't have any play other than that in the game.
Kershaw and the Rockies, or Dodgers and Rockies. Over under of 11.5. Boy, their team total is at 7.5. I almost looked at that because the way they hit right-handers, this Colorado Rockies bullpen is bottom 3, and then some stats are bottom of the barrel in bullpen. The Dodgers should absolutely tee off tonight, but team total is at 7.5. A little scary. I think the Dodgers certainly cover the run line at minus 180. That's also scary at minus 180, but they're going to win the game, and they're going to win it by quite a big margin. I'd probably go all the way down to 2.5 and get the plus money. Presumably it's plus money instead of minus 180 at 1.5.
He's got a higher strikeout total. I know you're trying to get the first strikeout. How do you feel about over 6.5 strikeouts?
Just they strike out a ton. They're 30.4%. They strike out a ton. The problem is they hit left-handers too. They're back to hitting left-handers, which is generally their strength. Their batting average is like 260 something, 263. Yeah, 264. Sorry, 264. They don't draw any walks, so they either hit or they a 30.4% strikeout rate. They got enough power. That would make me nervous.
Yeah. I mean, once again, though, you're getting, I don't know. Some about they have this draw to these like plus money. Who's paying minus 150 for under 6.5 strikeouts, like against that team? I don't know. If I'm getting plus money at over 6.5, it just feels good.
Yeah, they're a great strikeout team. You saw it last time they faced the left-hander and Andrew Abbott. We were both on under 6.5, and he got 10. He bruised right through that lineup. Kershaw could do the same thing. So, yeah, I'm only interested in an over, obviously, with Kershaw, more than likely. White Sox and Angels, Michael Kopech up against Shohei Ohtani with an over-under of 8.5. White Sox plus 160. Angels minus 190. 2-1 game yesterday. Get the walk-off win via the walk. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the Angels on the run line.
I just keep talking about pitcher props now. I don't know. I was looking at the Ohtani under 7.5 strikeouts.
Okay. Yankees and Athletics, over under of 8. Under. Yankees minus 135, Athletics plus 115. Athletics money line for me. And the under.
Yeah, Athletics money line for me as well. And yeah, the under is taking a lot of money right now. So that's a good play if you're going to do the total and go under in that game.
Nationals and Mariners, over under of 8.5, plus 195 for the Nationals. Mariners minus 230. I'm going to stick with the Nationals. I mean, yeah, didn't get it done yesterday, but still like it from a stat standpoint. So we'll try it.
Do I have anything? I think it was the last 2 games when we started this. I had told you there were a couple games I didn't get to. I think it was these last 2. I didn't really make it to. I don't remember. Let me scroll back yesterday. I thought I had something on the Nationals Mariners under 8 is what I played yesterday, and I did not get it. It's back at 8 again today. So let's see. Irvin and Wu.
And it finished to a 12,
Jake
I think
Irvin.
it was, 8-4 win. I was almost going to add that Nationals team total. Hell, I still might. It was at 3.5 instead of 4.5, but I needed to finish price shopping. What's that current price? I like that Nationals offense. Yeah, it's at plus 120. I'm actually going to take a stab at that. Hold on. I may add a bet right here. Just get a double look at this Mariners bullpen. Oh, yeah. That didn't scare me. Brian Woo's been shit. I think of 3 of his 4 starts, if I recall. Nationals, we know they ain't going to strike out. Oh, he's actually been pretty decent. First start was shit. Next 3 were decent. Let's see what kind of price I can get on that. Let's see. Sure, I did. Okay. All right. I'll hang off on doing that. I can make that decision on my own time. In the meantime, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just need the Padres to handle business, and today will probably be a good day. If obviously the heartbreaker is Rich Hill being the winning pitcher, and then it all just falls apart because of shit.
Yep.
So, all right, that's not gonna happen though. I really like the Padres today. Great spot for them. Take it on the Pirates. So, love everything about it. All right, Squirrel. Good luck today with your bets. Look forward to getting back in here with you tomorrow. We'll break down Wednesday's slate. Is it a normal getaway day? Oh, there's only 2 afternoon games, so it must be a big Thursday getaway day. So, all right, we'll do the full menu. But some big games there tomorrow. Good luck. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Good luck with your bets today. Come on back tomorrow, live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on the Payoff Pitch.
See you later, man.